just some more realizations about these Tartarians is that, what if it's actually God that destroyed the Tartarian civilization in the last, like, I don't know, whenever they were destroyed, like what if it was him that melted all these buildings and stuff, like how he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like how God hated the Nephilim bloodline of the Canaanites and probably the Hunnic Tartarian bloodline too. So, I mean, these were giants. These were Nephilim. So, what I'm trying to say is that Nephilim are not just an ancient thing. They have existed, up until probably like the 19th century. So, it's likely these Tartarians were Nephilim, and that they were kind of like a scourge on the whole world. Like they were just a really powerful empire, but they were just really wicked. They were cannibals. God said he wasn't going to flood the world, so what if these Tartarians basically just got, like, I don't know what the hell happened to them. They get freaking, did they get, like, I don't know, I don't think they got flooded, per se. Like, the actual global flood was a different thing, and these Tartarians existed after the flood. These Tartarians are the descendants of Nimrod, and they had another wicked Nephilim civilization on the earth. So something happened. I think God. My realization is that God destroyed them, just like He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. But they were actually the ones that created all these Masonic brick buildings. Um, they were like the Masons. They built the buildings. The Nephilim built the buildings. Um, but not the whole bloodline wasn't destroyed per se. It's just the remaining civilization has been pretty much destroyed. So I think these Tartarian, the elite Tartarians, the ones in charge, were pretty much like a Nephilim master type race where they enslaved other humans, or cannibals, and were into sacrifice and Satanism and stuff. Like, look at the Tartarian flag. It has like a dragon on it. So this is one of the dragon bloodlines. Like I said, I think the Huns became the Tartarians. This is the Hunnic bloodline. This is the scourge of God. These were the scourge of God from Attila the Hun. I'm starting to realize that all this bloodline is related. That Hitler was a part of this bloodline. Since the Huns founded Romania, Transylvania, they're pretty much were the founders of the vampire bloodline of Transylvania, from where Vlad Dracula came from, Impaler came from. So this is the bloodline, the Tartarian dragon, Nephilim bloodline of Magog. So this is really my new realization, is that I think God destroyed the Tartarians just like He destroyed, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah with fire. So who's to say that He didn't melt the Tartarians with fire also? So we know Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire and brimstone. Who's to say these Tartarians weren't destroyed in a similar way, where they were just melted? They were just basically set on fire. Not flooded, but they were set on fire. Their buildings were, I don't know, something happened to them. But I think these were just another Nephilim race on the earth. That I think Attila the Hun was probably a Nephilim giant, or it was a giant man. It's like but these Huns I think these Huns were pretty big. It's like the Tartarians were. Um, we've been lied to um, about the Tartarians, about the Huns. There's like a song called Cannibal Corpse by Cannibal Corpse called Scourge of Iron, and it reminded me a lot of these Huns, these Nephilim, how they're just like a scourge. They're just like a horde, just like that's how they were. The reason why they were just so powerful is because they were giants. They had to have been giants. They were cannibal, hybrid Nephilim.